Fathers, lead your families. By God, lead your family. And understand if you have generational issues. I'm not going to say generational sins. That phrase isn't in the Bible. The concept is, and there's things that your father may have dealt with. Whether that's drugs or alcoholism, depression, I don't know. God does. That's between you and God and your family. But you need to have the courage to stand up and say no more. My dad fought with this. I've been fighting with it, but if I don't beat it, if I don't deal it, then it's going to go to my kids and it's going to continue down the line. You have to put your foot down and stop what keeps going. Solomon, David's son, came through the wife that had adultery with David. What does Solomon do? 1,000 wives. He still dealt with the issue of lust and women. So that tells me something in David didn't completely beat it in the eyes of Solomon. And you've got to be that gap between your family. You need to be. That's why God put you, man. The Jews in this time, in this culture, and I'm not saying this right, but this is their culture. They would thank God every day that they were born a man. I'm not saying that to sound sexist. But if you were born a man, you need to be a man. You need to stand up and stand down for your family. Stand up and say something, man. You see sin in the world. You need to stand up. You got to say something. You need to lead your family. It's not, man, well, after church, we're going on the boat. It's, man, church comes first, and then everything else is after that. Bible study comes first. The Word of God comes first, and everything else comes after that. It's not, I got to go to church. It is, I get to be in the presence of God. I get to gather with his saints. I get to feel his glory come down. I get to worship him together. We get to lift his name in unison. We worry about, well, I don't want to push religion onto my kids. I want them to decide for themselves who to follow, what to do. Y'all, that's ridiculous. That is why we're in this mess now where you're saying your 5-year-old, because he plays with Barbie dolls, he wants to be called Adrena and get a sex change. And then you can go to a different state and do that. The kids don't get to decide. Okay? It's your job, especially men, as fathers, as leaders of the family. The statistics show that when a father comes to Christ and he leads his household, it's in the 90% range that the family will follow. It goes really low anytime after that. So men, instead of wanting to fish on a Sunday, instead of wanting to worry about football on Sunday, instead of worrying about baseball on Sunday, what you need to be worried about is getting your family into the presence and the house of God to hear the proclamation of God, because time is running out. And the last thing you want to be doing is standing in the wrong line of eternity with your children behind you, being led into the gates of hell for eternal damnation, and they get to go, Daddy, why did you not change this? Why did you not tell me about Jesus? Why did you not warn me that this was reality? Imagine that. Go home and look your kid in the face and say, I'm not going to tell you about Jesus because I want you to go to hell. Nobody in their right mind is going to do that. In their right mind, because there are people that are doing that. There are people that have a very bad, abusive relationship with their father or had one, and if that's you, I'm sorry. And I think that's where a lot of people get their idea from God, because if you grew up with an abusive father, you're going to view God as an abusive father. You're going to view God as an abusive God. You're going to view him the wrong way because of people. And what you need to put your faith in is the words of Jesus. The words of Jesus.